Hey guys, so the last bullet journal video I uploaded was in April. So I basically spent the whole summer not doing bullet journal updates. That was completely unintentional. I'm sorry. But I have been continuing to work in my bullet journal every month. And so honestly, I just figured we would plow through all the way to September, where we are now, and share with you guys what I've been doing in this journal. Now, you will see that some pages are incomplete. You will see mistakes. You'll see things that I'm not entirely thrilled about, and you'll see things that I'm super proud of. And it is what it is. This is just going to be authentic. It's not flawless. I am a perfectionist and I am trying to heal from that because I've really put myself through hell being a perfectionist. So, you're going to see some imperfections and you're going to see some stuff I really, really am happy about. So, as you guys know, this is the first year that I've done a full on bullet journal. I started it in February and I used the Tsuki Notebook Therapy B5. I love having the larger size. I love having room to work. Um, it works better for me. So let's get into it. We're going to start with April. If I can find it. I found it. All right. So this is my April dashboard essentially, or calendar page, what have you. I in the first couple of months here, we already saw April. What am I doing? See, I told you, you guys would see some imperfections. You know what? We're just gonna go through it. um, for the first couple of months that I went into this, I'm probably gonna like breeze through April then and not spend so much time. I did do these little boxes, and then as you see the months go on, I started to do that a little differently. But since I did do April in a previous video, I won't talk about this a whole lot. I went with the cherry blossom theme mostly because in April, cherry blossoms bloom in Japan. And the previous month, March, I remember I was feeling very like I don't want to say homesick because I'm not from Japan, but I did spend some time there in my teens and I was just feeling like I missed it. So it was making me feel a little bit better. Um, and yes, you do read that right. My son did get COVID in April. He's been fine, thankfully, but it was not fun. So this was my new moon reading. I was working with the Tarot of the Crone, which is a fantastic deck. Um, I really, really enjoy that deck. I'm just going to kind of breeze through these a little bit here. Again, as I said, this is my favorite. I love this. I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out really well. And some weeks I did more than others, and that's okay. Okay. So we are just going to go right into May now because my silly, silly self. So in May, I kind of shrunk my calendar a little bit and is sort of playing around with some different ideas. I have been pulling a card from the Sacred Creators Oracle and kind of doing like a intention or what have you for the month. And then this is my card of the month. And then this was my picture of the month. I didn't keep with that theme throughout the months as well, but it's something that I think I am going to continue to do because I really did enjoy it. And then again, you'll see kind of blank pages. I mean, I wrote down a few goals that I wanted to hopefully achieve, and then the rest of it was, we'll see where this goes. In May, I was feeling really disconnected from my practice, and so I was attempting to do a daily practice, which kind of went well, kind of didn't. Again, it's something that I forever struggle with. I'm going to actually do a video talking a little bit more about that soon. But I thought that this little thing from Instagram from the Witch of the Forest, I will actually put their, uh, I will link their Instagram down below so you guys can check them out. But I thought this was really great. It's just a reconnecting with your craft. It was a nice little reminder. I might stick it in somewhere else, reprint it and stick it in somewhere else as another reminder. I started to do a little bit more bumping the camera of a habit tracker this month. And then I did a different way to track my symptoms here. And I actually really like this because it ended up not taking up as much of the page as the previous month. And then I could really do a symptom tracker and a habit tracker at the same time. This was my new moon. I actually like how this turned out. Like, I kind of kept it simplistic and it ended up being kind of clean, and I thought it was really pretty. So I like it. This was supposed to be my Beltane spread. I did not finish it. I started it. It's fine. My projects, and I always have a YouTube schedule for the things that I uploaded, and this is like a project brain dump. I always like to have this every month if I have an idea that I'm like, I really want to get that done, or, you know, this is week 1. I tried to draw a little bit more this month in May. So I was experimenting with different layouts and trying to draw different botanicals and kind of keeping with like a more muted-ish color theme. And I think it worked pretty well. But as you can see, the next month I really experimented with watercolor, and watercolor will bleed through these pages if you don't have something in between them. I always like to lay paper towel down, but I forgot this time, and that happens. The next month I went into June and I did a Pride Month theme. I'm not super thrilled with my watercolor paint job here, to be perfectly honest. It looks like something that one of my kids could have done, but that's just me being a little hard on myself. Um, but I did enjoy doing this Pride theme, and I had a lot of fun kind of playing around with the different possibilities of the things that I could do. By the end of it, though, I was a little bit tired of seeing rainbows. I will be honest. I love rainbows and I love the pride flag. Obviously, being a member of the LGBTQ community, but I needed a little bit different color scheme by the end of the month. This is probably my favorite blending that I did. I really like how that one turned out. Am I stuck? No. Okay. So this is my new moon spread. Sometimes I do a new moon and full moon. Sometimes I just do one. Sometimes I don't do any of them. It just depends on what happened in the month. But I did like how this turned out. And I used the Mariel, which I really love this deck. This deck is fantastic. This deck stalked me for like a year and a half, and I refused to get it until finally there's just so many opportunities that were coming up of it literally being gifted to me and me refusing, that I just was like, it's clear that this needs to be in my practice. And so one of my friends offered to send it to me, and I was like, okay, fine, yes, send it to me. And then that was it. I was like, this deck is incredible. What is wrong with me? So this was my Litha or Summer Solstice spread. I actually worked with the Witch's Wisdom for this, and then I pulled the Summer card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. So this is what my intentions were with my Beltane spread, is to kind of have it look like this, where I have a little bit of correspondence here. And then I had, my reading and stuff, just as a little bit of a homage to the holiday. I do not like this spread. Could have done better, but it's fine. And then I tried to do like boxes, like I put washing tape down and like painted over it. And this is where I started to experiment with these fun little cards that I had rainbows on them. And I was like, let's try that. Let's see how that happens. And you will see these stickers now appear actually. These stickers I started to use to write down one thing that I did every day that was magical, that was witchy, no matter how big or small, because I, again, was still trying to connect to my practice. And I felt like if I wrote that down and saw that every day, that I would realize that it doesn't have to be some grandiose thing and that my connections are everywhere. So I really like this one. I think this one turned out really well. I started to experiment more with playing around with the Sacred Creators Oracle and pulling each card a week and just kind of writing down what it had to say. And then I thought this one was super cute, though I didn't have a whole lot going on that. I mean, I also color code everything. So if you see there's like mundane tasks are in dark blue, and then pink is social engagements, and then I have a color key here. So I have dark blue for tasks, orange for holidays and birthdays, pink is social events, light blue is appointments, and then spiritual is in purple, exercise is in green, and then YouTube is in red. That's just how I do my bullet journal. I prefer to just do the color coding versus symbols and stuff. It's easier for me, makes my artistic brain happier. Blank page. This was supposed to be my full moon. It didn't happen. It's fine. Again, blank page. However, I have been writing down every month. There is a spread that I have further up that I have been writing down little things that have happened every month as like a monthly review, and then I have my monthly cards in here too. I really love this spread. I came across this on YouTube, and then I had the idea to add my cards, which I was very happy with myself about that. So there are some things in here that my monthly review that I could go back and write down in here as well. I haven't done it yet. So in July, mid-June, July, I started to really prioritize exercising. And so I made this spread to start tracking my exercising. And actually, if you will see, there are more days of rest than there are of exercise. And most of that was because of social engagements, vacations, things like that. Um, Not having the time, trying to navigate figuring all that out. And I was going strong for a few months. I think this page is really, really helpful because it actually really helps you break down why you're doing this and what your goals are, and that you can switch things up. Sticking to an exercise regimen is really, really hard for me. And yeah, where I'm at right now, haven't done it in a month. But August was kind of crazy. So now we get into July. Once again, playing around with the Sacred Creators Oracle, and then I have my card of the month here. Didn't really do much else on this page. Wasn't really sure what else to do. So I just kind of left it and thought maybe the inspiration will come, maybe it won't. But I was trying to play with these like spiral or circular patterns in my July spread or my July setup, just because last month or the last month in June I did Pride, and I kind of wanted to do more of like a summer solstice feel for July, even though summer solstice is in June. It's just kind of what I wanted to do. So um I was trying to have fun experimenting with that and trying to keep with these colors, and I think it worked out pretty well. You'll see as I get into the weeks, but this is, instead of doing a full or new moon spread, I just decided to do like a mid-month check-in, and I was working with the liminal spirits and the white Newman, which I like the white Newman, but I actually ended up trading it because I wasn't connecting with it. It's a beautiful deck, but it just wasn't for me. Um, but yeah, I might I give myself permission to do these every now and then if I don't do a new moon or full moon spread. Like, I can still do this, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything else. But yeah, so you can see through the weeks. I definitely kind of kept with this like a circular, see, pattern, circular. Yeah, I just was experimenting, and I tried to keep like florals, and to me it felt more summer solstice florally. I don't know. That was kind of what I was going for. And I liked it. I think it worked out fine. And I like how I did kind of blended these two pages together this time. Um, Again, half finished. I wrote down some of the things I was working with, but not, or doing and worked with, but not everything. Once again, I made a workout plan, and as you can see, blank. That's okay. Because August was nuts. I started to really kick it up here, introducing cardio and working and doing more time each workout. And then I was super sore. And then I went back into it. And then the rest of my month was nuts. Like, I just didn't have the time. I didn't have the will. I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the spoons. Whatever it was, it just wasn't there. But it doesn't change the fact that I can still do this again. And that's okay. So, this month of August, weirdly, despite how busy it was, I actually ended up doing my favorite spread in favorite month. Or, yeah, this is my. I'm the most proud of this. So far in this journal for the months, I think August is probably my favorite words. I did a camping theme just because I was very much missing going camping and I really wanted to go. And so I decided, well, I'm kind of homesick, so I'm just going to make a camping theme because I think that'll make me feel better. So I really had fun with this. I actually think it turned out really well. And it encouraged me to draw more, even if it was like goofy little doodly stuff and nothing, fantastic. I still was doing pencil and pen to paper and really kind of exploring with that more. You'll see at the end of the month here, my symptoms, my tracking drops off because that's when I went to Washington and I didn't bring my bullet journal because I only had like a less than a week in August and I just felt like I'm not going to bring it. It'll be fine. I'm going to be so busy doing other things. Um, I don't know if you are words, guys. um, while I was in Washington, I had both a wedding and a funeral in my family. So it was really kind of just let's do the bare minimum for what we can bring and what we can emotionally and mentally handle. So yeah, I just didn't bring my bullet journal to Washington. And again, I didn't do a new and full moon spread. You can see that the sticky notes are still here with me hoping that I would do it and didn't do it. And that's okay. I did a lot of work in this, and honestly, I'm proud of it. I think it turned out really well, even if some pages aren't finished. So I really spent a lot of time drawing and having fun, experimenting, and really having fun with this camping theme. It made me feel better. And by the time I went to Washington, which was the 25th here, this is why this week is pretty much blank. Um, I felt, very ready to go and very excited to see the mountains and all that stuff again. So, um, since August was last month, I am still going to go back in here and fill this out, but I did actually finish this bullet journal. There is this page, and then I had just this blank one where I was kind of doing some pen tests, but it's done. So before I went to Washington, I tried to spend a lot of my time working on my next bullet journal, which is where we come to now. And that is this one. Again, I went with the Suki bullet journal by Notebook Therapy, and it is once again a B5. I'm gonna stick with this size. It's just I like it. So this was kind of a mid 2020. It's gonna go into 2022 bullet journal, and so I had to try and figure out what to migrate over, what I wanted to keep, what worked for me, what didn't, and where we go from there. I haven't quite completed this page yet. I'm still probably going to add a few more things that just represent me. I like kind of keeping that stuff on here and then having my color key. So I really tried to experiment with the cover of this, having the Torii Gate. Torii Gates they are in Japan and they are often a marker into a spiritual site like a Shinto shrine or whatnot, and I have loved them since forever. So I once I found out that Notebook Therapy was doing this for their bullet journal, I had to, really. But the reason why this quote is here, be the gateway into a peaceful and spiritual place, or sacred place, I should say, is that at the very back of the book, you will see this quote here. And it says, let this notebook be a gateway into a peaceful and sacred place. So I kind of wanted to play on that, and that's essentially what I did here for my little cover page. And then I tried to stick with kind of similar colors, but an overall clean look. Um, I really had fun playing with like the golds and the reds and um, the black a little bit, and just experimenting with that. It was kind of fun to go through my goals mid-year too and check in and try and figure out um, you know, what I wanted to continue with, what didn't work with for me, what I should continue to do and what I should let go of. And it's kind of I don't know, it's kind of nice to regroup, I guess. This is going to be my 2021 card of the year page, which is Justice. I have another page like this in my other bullet journal. Whoa. This is my books to read, and then my reading log, future projects, like essentially just a brain dump for all that. YouTube, don't look. You may not see. You probably saw. Shh, don't. Nobody look. This is a When Did I Last page, and then When Did I Last spiritual edition. Things to check out. This is going to be much like that other page that I had mentioned with the monthly cards. So I'm going to have that set up. I'm probably going to do like, figure it out, because this book is going to have 20, like the last bit of 2021 and then the first little bit of 2022. So it's going to be interesting. Then we get into September, and I wanted to experiment more with drawing. I wanted to challenge myself more to draw in this bullet journal. So now I'm starting to do like a big old cover page for each month and trying to get myself to draw more. So I started to do that, and then I did a huge calendar once again to draw more and goals. And then we have my wellness for this month so far. This is my magic page. So we're going to talk about my card of the month here, and then this is kind of my moon phases and some of the things that I have planned or that I want to remember to do throughout the month. I just love having this because it helps keep me engaged with my practice. Then we have week 1 and week 2. And that is all I have so far. So you guys get a not full September, but I just wanted to show you my other bullet journal and how I'm working on it, how it's coming. I think at the end of October, once I complete September and then go through October, I will do another update so you guys can see just a couple, like a good month and a half of pages. But try to be a little bit more regular about this. I really enjoy doing bullet journaling. It's been really, honestly, it's helpful because for me, I can't have all of it up in my head, and it doesn't need to be there. So also this is an artistic outlet for me, which I have been very much, you know, um, embracing a lot lately. So that's that. That's my bullet journal update for you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this. And I know, again, it was a bit of a long one, but I appreciate all of you. So thank you for watching. And as always, blessed be.